Today marks 37 years since the end of the Battle of Cuito Cuanavale in Angola, which was the largest military confrontation on African soil since the Second World War. Now, the battle, fought between 1987 and 1988 in southeastern Angola, was a pivotal period for the history of Southern Africa, as it ultimately led to the independence of Namibia and shaped the course of the struggle to end the apartheid regime in South Africa. Now, the day is being commemorated at the Freedom Park in Pretoria, where dignitaries from South Africa, Angola, Cuba, Namibia, as well as Russia are gathered. Karinda Jagmohan joins us now. Let's recap the significance of this battle. Why don't we please, Karinda?
Indeed, good morning to you. Well, this battle has been described as a symbol of resilience against colonialism and apartheid. It began in 1987 in the midst of the Angola Civil War following their independence from Portugal. On one side of the battle was the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola and their military wing, FAPLA. They were supported by Cuba and Russia. On the other side of this battle was a group, UNITA, the National Union for Total Independence of Angola. They were supported by the South African Defence Force operating under the apartheid regime, as well as the US. This battle took place in the town of Cuito Cuanavale, which is in the southern eastern part of Angola, a significant area because of its airfield, but also because of its proximity to Namibia, which at that time was known as Southwest Africa. By March 1988, 37 years ago, the Cuban forces managed to push out the UNITA group, the SADF group, out of the town, essentially, seeing the end to the siege. And while the actual outcome of the battle, the victors remain under contention in some elements, this battle did have significant political ramifications for Southern Africa. I'll point to three aspects. Firstly, it led to the withdrawal of apartheid forces from Angola at the time, an important factor. Then it led to the independence of Namibia via the United Nations Security Council. They held an election there at the time. And then lastly, it contributed to the struggle against the apartheid government in South Africa. Because Arabile, essentially what happened is the apartheid's government's failure to actually overpower Angola at the time showed limitations of its military, essentially, and ultimately placed further international pressure to end the apartheid regime in South Africa. And that is why ambassadors from these countries are here today at Freedom Park to commemorate this day. They'll be laying some wreaths here at Freedom Park to honor the lives of the soldiers who fought in this battle, and they'll also speak about the importance of essentially unity among these countries. It's going to be interesting to hear what Minister Gayton McKenzie will speak about, especially considering the geopolitics around the globe currently involving South Africa, but that is why these conversations are being held today. So do stay with me. We're going to hear from various ambassadors, like you said, from these countries, Cuba, Namibia, Angola, Russia, as well as Minister McKenzie and other South African representatives. And while they reflect on this battle, we expect them to look forward and speak about the importance of uniting as the SADC amid what is currently happening in Africa, as we know, in the DRC, but also what is happening around the world in terms of geopolitics. The event is about to start, so stay with us and we'll keep you updated throughout the day.
Thank you so much for that reporting. Then we'll indeed continue to cross in and check in with you indeed across this morning and later on throughout the day as well. Let's move